Hello, and welcome back to another Pen Talk. Thank you very much for tuning in and joining me as I explore this amazing, wonderful, global wide world of pens. And yes, this video has two pens, very worthy pens, on a rotating turntable being held up by crabs. I recently got the red version of the Hong Dian D5 Qin Dynasty pen sent to me by Hong Dian, Britain. I had purchased the black and gold one earlier, so I was very happy to get the red one, and I truly do love the color combinations. I love the darker chrome and the red. It just looks more unique, but the black and gold one is, to me, more traditional. But we're going to explore these two pens. I'm going to stop saying "but" too much. And it's with one T, not two. So stay tuned, sit back, grab a beverage, and join me exploring these amazing pens from Hong Dian. Crab gives you a winky wink. Yes, I received my pen in a nice box. An amazing pens, Britam, who I think is definitely involved in the Hong Dian Amazon store and the Easy Buy store. I said, sure, I'd love to review the red version, and an extra fine nib is fine with me. I've been getting more into extra fine nibs. I've been keeping journals on not so great paper, and those extra fine nibs work well. So I like the fact that they make a little cutout here, so it's easy to take off this cardboard cover, flip it over so we come out in the right orientation, and we'll see a nice box. Of course, orientation wasn't right. Hong Dian there embossed, nothing else. And again, nice little design, little tab here to slide out the coffin. And we'll see, much to my pleasure, that original booklet that I only had a PDF of. I'm very happy to have this. And I'm very interested in reading again the descriptions of the different parts of the pen. Certainly a very, very fine font that was used, extra fine font. This booklet is just full of interesting ideas and concepts. I covered the visuals in another video, but this intro part here talking about the history is just mind-boggling. And they really go into detail about keeping your pen in good working order, the ink that you use, the way that you use the pen, and also the importance of cleaning. I think this is extra special for this extra special pen, and it's great to see Hong Dian providing its customers with this support. And in here is also the Hong Dian wrench to remove the piston. Let's see if it'll work on this version of the pen. I had no luck in getting it to work on my original black and gold version. It's held in with a nice elastic strap. This is a really nice package, and it's appropriate for a pen that would be a great giftable pen. The cell phone sleeve is there. What a sound. And we'll see the glorious pen. And I love this dark chrome. I'm calling it dark chrome. I don't know what else to call it, but it certainly works well with this design, and the red part of the barrel and the cap just poof, really sets it off, and they have a red enamel in the clip. Very functional clip, fairly stiff but usable. Nice rounded end there, nice pointy end. Again, every little detail on this pen has some significance. I covered that in another video. I'll put a link in my video description, but I just wanted you to feast your eyes on the look of the pen, which I just think is phenomenal. This is definitely, so far, the most interesting pen of 2023 in my collection. So I think this word says it all in regards to my response to this extra fine nib. It is excellent. I keep getting surprised, very pleasantly surprised, by a lot of the nibs in my Chinese pens recently, and this is no exception. Look at how wet that is. And this is Birmingham Alternator Crimson, a pen, an ink that I've had for a long time and decided to use it. It is very, very dark, and I thought it would work well in this extra fine nib, and it does. Great writer. Wow. Great looking pen. What a combo. This Hong Dian D5, I was able to remove the piston. The wrench fit easily when I put the blind cap all the way up. And there's where the piston ends up. I'll do some adjustments. I'm not a fan of how the piston is designed with that cup here, which limits the down travel, creates an air pocket when you fill the pen. The nib assembly just unscrewed as usual with these pens. Hong Dian nib assembly. Nice O-ring there to facilitate the piston filler. We'll need to look more at the cap and barrel with the LED. Notice those metal threads there. That this, what I think is metal, could be some type of plastic. But let's bring in the LED and take a look at the pen in a different light. So now we're in dark mode. Nice cloudy day, rainy day. We'll probably get an inch or so of rain today. So let's bring in the LED, play it on this amazing color combination, which I will always enjoy looking at. The red really pops with this LED light. And we'll see those metal threads, metal liner there that accommodates the piston. We flip it over and look at the section. We'll see similar types of metal. There's threads for that nib assembly. And when we put the LED light into the barrel, there's nothing there, but the ink windows certainly do show prominently with this type of examination. And the cap, with all its intricate carving and detail, certainly looks nice. I really do like that darker chrome. If we look inside, we'll see some nice threads there. And as we saw before with my other D5, no real ledge in there to seal up the section, but the nib stays fairly wet. I don't have any trouble with drying out. Good looking pen. So I played around a little bit, and this is as far up as that piston will go. The blind cap is all the way down. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure the distance with this rod. So that's the distance. So when we reassemble it, we should get that same distance. I'll put a little piece of tape there to keep the measurement. So after playing around with this piston filler and this blind cap for a while, I've noticed an interesting characteristic. If you unscrew the blind cap all the way, and then it reaches like a stop, if you continue turning, it turns the piston mechanism. So you really don't need the tool to take it apart. But you notice the piston assembly there is not all the way into the barrel, because this is the only way I could get a good full travel. The blind cap still matches up against the barrel well. So now I think this piston filling mechanism is not the best design. So that's about as far as I'll take it up. We'll go down. It seats well. And we'll take our measuring stick and see. That's what I had with the piston all the way down. I see put a little pencil mark there. Now it's almost all the way up. There's still a little gap there. I'm willing to live with that. So it'd be interesting to see when I take this approach with the black and gold version of this pen, I can get more travel in the piston. So I mentioned how I flush all my pens before I ink them. So removing the nib assembly fits well into this bulb syringe. We'll pull up some water through the nib and feed. It's a soapy water mixture, nothing special. A little bit of detergent in there. And then we'll see the flow. Flow's pretty good. I'm impressed. So we're going to rinse this with some clean water, reassemble, and we'll be ready to ink. Well, I've been calling this a dark chrome. I think we need to put it in perspective. Here's a bright chrome. And I think you can easily see how different these two platings are. But then we need to compare it to a dark chrome. Certainly very different again. And whether this is chrome or not, I'm calling it that. So this is just, like I said, the perfect color combination to go with that red background. We need to compare it to the black and gold one just to give you a good look at the differences and appreciate the nuances of both of these pens. And yes, they make a green one. They make 4 colors. Here they are. Sometimes the colors sell out from some sellers. Easy Buy on Etsy has them. Here's the link. At least they have them as of the filming of this video. Who knows how that may change as time goes on. But feast your eyes. Definitely a pleasure to behold. Now it's time for some editorial comments, some dimensions. Here they are from the black and gold version. And let's look a little more closely at this one, just because it's a great pleasure to look very closely at this pen. I showed a lot of the nuances and characteristics of the pen in the black and gold one, so I strongly recommend, if you like this pen, to watch that video in its entirety. The cap comes off in a little less than 1 1/4 turns. I love the way that dark nib really plays well in this color combination of this pen. Attention to detail is just phenomenal. And that section, even though it's metal and it's plated, it's good in the hand. It feels as good as any plastic section I've written with. It fits fine in the hand without being posted, and yes, you can put the cap there if you want. It significantly backweights the pen, does not make for a good writing experience, but some people just have to post, and if you have to post, you can post this pen. Yes, another winner from Hong Dian. My other writing example, you may have noticed I had a little trouble with the nib, but that's because I was at the bottom of the page and I had trouble keeping the nib on the paper. But this nib is very consistent writer, just a pleasure to use. It glides. I've never had an extra fine nib this smooth. You can hear it on the paper, but just writing with it is perfect. So again, I'm very impressed, continue to be impressed with this D5 model from Hong Dian. Historically, what a phenomenal pen. Level of detail, craftsmanship, say no more. It's a winner. And yes, it's close to $50 US, but tell me another pen that at that price point, or even at 10 times that price point, that has the amount of panache that this pen does. Let me know. I'd be happy to hear from you. So we've reached a conclusion of this video. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I hope this video finds everyone safe, healthy, and happy, enjoying your pens, enjoying your day, putting some ink down, feeling what it's like to just have your thoughts, ideas, visions recorded for your use or for sharing with others. Do something, write a letter. That's always a good thing for me. So we've come to the end, the final, and we will say bye. Until the next video, stay safe and happy.